Welcome again, Keepers of Light, and I call you that because you are just that, Keepers of Light. So I have on the ring light and I switched to my camera versus using the computer, and I'm hoping that this will improve the video quality. Thank you for the person who commented on this. It was a tip that has been very useful to me because I'm still learning how to. I have Venus codes that I'm still learning how to embody, and that all kind of just has to deal with coming into alignment to my sense of beauty and appreciation of that, and not just as it pertains to me, but as it pertains to how I am seeing and viewing the world. So I wanted to touch on like a couple topics because that just kind of came up. One is about anchoring. The other is about, oh, okay. So something happened between the last recording and this recording where my nervous system just got, it got affected. So I came out and did the last video, and then I noticed that there were like a couple people who subscribed in between there, and it triggered my fear of just being seen. It triggered my fear of being seen by more people, and that really kind of brings me to reflect upon those times in my life where I've noticed this way in which people have kind of dropped out of my life over and over again, and usually it will be because there's different versions of me that are coming through. And so one of the things about me is like I kind of like I show up as how I am, like in the moment that I am. And so there are times when there are people who energetically meet me where I'm at in that moment, and then I don't have this level of consistency in that way where I'm showing up in a particular way in terms of what is expected from them. And so when I don't match that, I wind up just um, gravitating more away from them. Like there's no more alignment between us. So there have been situations like that have happened enough times that I misinterpreted those to being that maybe it's something I had done wrong, or that there's something about me that is not likable or lovable, like in that way. But then it brings me to reflecting also about how as a child I used to, and I still do, but I used to, and I want to go back to them because it helps me connect to who I am now, because the in between was really a period of time where I disconnected from some of these qualities that I'm talking about. But I do remember being a child and meeting people. When I would meet people, I would meet and see their soul, like I'd see their higher selves, and it would be disturbing to me because I would immediately realize like they're not matching up to their personality, is not necessarily matching up to their soul's energetic signature. And this actually leads into this topic about energetic signatures, which I brought up many times before. But what I can look back to now, I can see how what was very disturbing to me was how I would try to meet the person from my understanding of them from this higher perspective, really kind of being able to see the essence of them, and then it wouldn't match up, and then I would kind of like, I can't even say that I was really feeling disappointed, but that right now I didn't know how to play the game, because it's like I'm supposed to like hide my essence too, you know. And so I did try that, I did try, but it brought me right back here again, where I'm realizing that even though I have, you know, I think I tried in spurts, and then I just wasn't able to accomplish that because, and there's also like a third topic that's kind of popping up about anchoring. So energetic signatures, and the reason why I'm bringing up energetic signatures, uh, another way that it came up as a topic for me is around the period of time that my dad was about to pass, which was in 2020 he passed, but before then, for months at a time, I think he sensed himself that he was about to make his transition. And then I also, picked up on that. And at the same time, in those moments, I knew that I had an opportunity to. It was then that I think that I reawakened to my understanding about the essence of people and my understanding about energetic signatures, and that I started to focus in on him to, and this is like the definition of him, if I were to put it in words, that is beyond his body, beyond his lifetime of experiences, and even the lifetimes before that, that there is an ancient understanding within each one of us, that there is a particular essence of signature that comes through, and that is timeless. And I wanted to, to kind of reacquaint myself with that. And I did spend some time doing that. And so, kind of to put it together, as a child, I had those experiences. And right now, I'm kind of seeing how it is also relevant to this perspective of sovereignty that we're all learning how to embody. It does have to deal with how well we are connected into this realm, this earth realm of experience. A lot of us we all enter with a different connection point to the earth, which means that, there are contracts that we all enter in with, and that some of us have contracts that just mean that we're more grounded and committed to the earth in that way, that we are even feeling her heartbeat. And then there's some of us who come in who, and for me, I feel like I came in with the contract, which was more so like allowing of me to experience sovereignty in this way, which means to be able to hold on to my awareness within my lifetime of who I am, which is really beyond the personality's perspective. And so it meant that I was also born in here aware that there is a perspective that is beyond that. I think we all know that we all are, it's just the awareness factor that I came in with that awareness. So what am I getting to here? I'm noticing that one of the shifts that we're all experiencing is relooking the contracts that we have as it pertains to the service of light that we are here presenting for the earth during this ascension process. And we as keepers of light have, like I said before, and I've said many times, there's like a unique potential to access the codes of unique frequencies that the earth is needing right now, and that we are now fulfilling in doing our work in terms of recalibrating our systems, recalibrating ourselves, much in the same way that I've had to recalibrate my nervous system so that I could do this and still come out here and still speak, regardless of the energetics of nervousness that were playing out within my system. I could see that this was really just identifying the source of where it came from, that it came from a fear of mine that that I would be alone, or that you who are listening are a stranger to me. All of these were just thoughts in the mental field that are playing out and really calibrating my body to experience a sense of nervousness, a sense of resistance towards turning on the camera and just filming and being in this sense of presence that allows me to tap into these ancient wisdoms, which really are the codes that I'm here to bring forward. I'm here to speak these ancient truths, and I have said before, come in with that purpose and with the contract to be able to choose for myself without being swallowed up into the way of living which would constitute for repeating patterns of the the mind's determination of who I am. I came in here already knowing who I am is beyond that. And I believe that you also came in the same way, which is why you are receiving these codes. The anchoring is really just, for me, I'm not so anchored into the earth in that way that, I was describing earlier, how some people are just, they're born in alignment to the cycles of this planet, and they're okay with that, and they're fulfilled with that, and they're receiving like a balancing point. But for me, it kind of felt as though, and it still does, as though like I'm just kind of like floating, and I have to, make a commitment, a conscious commitment to participating, which is a conscious choice to being here, a conscious choice to participating at the level that I'm participating now. But in order for the upgrades that are needed at this period of time, we're all anchoring in light to the earth grid, and some of this light has to be coming from the more ancient wisdoms, because we're now progressing towards a higher sense of understanding of ourselves. And so in that way, it is very important for people like me, keepers of light, who are here for that purpose, to remember that this is the time to relook how it is that you are anchoring into this earth grid. There are certain things that I do like on a daily basis that have become like daily routines, the earthly things that I have learned how to make peace with, that I was resisting for so many years, because I just was like, what, why? Like, why these dishes? Like, I've watched like millions, thousands and thousands of dishes in my lifetime. It's just one of those things. But I also kind of see how, with me, it has to deal with touching the water, that I have to kind of be in constant contact with water. It really kind of helps recalibrate me. So, but okay, so the point that I was making is that right now is a period of time where we are learning to reacquaint ourselves to the language of frequency, to the language of vibration, which is really the language of the soul. It's a more precise language when it pertains to the understanding of who we are, because it encompasses what is beyond what we think we are. And so when I appear here with that sense of presence, which is unattached to, and this is when I say here in this portal of ours, it is that sense of being unattached to all of the ways in which the present earth, the way that it has been designed, what rules and regulations and all that, like I really kind of detach from that, allow my essence of self, my energetic signature to come through, and to be expressed. And see, the other aspect to it also too is like knowing that I can't live up to the previous version. I can't live up to the previous recording that I did. I can't live up to the previous versions that I can't live for the past anymore, And the thing is this is kind of like one of the things that we're constantly being bombarded with. We're kind of being bombarded with advice to live for the past and to live for the future. But then really all we have is really what we have is now. The only moment we have that's really accessible to us is really right here and right now. I mean, accessible in terms of experiencing, in terms of projecting outwards what, what energetic patterning that we're looking to contribute towards the next moment. And yes, we have information that we can tap into. Some of us just information that is relevant to the lifetime that we have here, and that's because the signature and the contract that the person has come in with is really just about the experiences within this earth plane. Myself, I have experiences that are beyond that I have access to, and that I am accessing as we speak. Remember yesterday I was kind of saying how I didn't want to overwhelm you. My guides and my counsels, they don't want to overwhelm me. So the reason why I'm shifting and changing a lot is because I'm given more and more information as I move along. Sometimes I'm withheld information because my nervous system hasn't gotten to that point where it can receive that level of information. So there are moments when it's just a period of quiet for me because I'm now either recalibrating my nervous system so that I can receive more. And really, this is kind of how we're learning how to function as keepers of light, as weavers, as architects to the new reality that is being born. Although I can say that keepers of light are not just reserved to being architects, there are some keepers of light who are builders. And really, overall, I think everyone's a keeper of light, like everybody. Not just because you guys are in this portal, you guys are keepers of light. Really, that's just a label that I put on here so that I can gather together those who are within my resonance field of offerings for light code activations. Those of you who are architects and also too builders, there are some of you who are here with codes about rebuilding and how you're going to serve. You're going to feel it in your bones, like what I'm saying here. You're going to feel it in your bones, like, oh, I know I'm supposed to build something. I know I'm supposed to connect with someone. There's something that you're going to feel that likely won't make any particular sense within the mental realm, mental field, because we're not operating from there anymore. And I say to you that this is only the beginning. Of the greatness that we are about. Until, I want to say until next time, but I feel like I'm leaving the message like, I feel like I'm leaving it hanging. The reminder is that we are energetic systems, that we have energetic signatures. We're learning how to reacquaint ourselves to our energetic signatures. We are allowing ourselves to recommit to this planet and its people, because we are feeling the ancient wisdom of understanding that we are all one and the same thing. And that even though our brothers and sisters may be appearing in ways that are different to how we're appearing, that's fine. But we are also able to choose for ourselves a way of living which is built from an understanding that is from within the source of our essence of beingness. And that is how I'll leave this message. Until next time.